Hello everyone, this is Prager University Exposed, back for another video. This time we're going to talk about a current event that is occurring right now in Gaza, because right now they are marking what the Palestinians call the Nakba, or the catastrophe, and what the Israelis call their quote-unquote Independence Day. Yesterday, May 14th, was nothing short of a massacre. We're talking somewhere around 50 Palestinians were killed and over 2,000 were injured. And this happened because the Israeli forces opened fire on unarmed protesters. And I first want to highlight how the media here in America is covering this incident. So let's go over to the so-called liberal New York Times, and this is how they're covering it. Looks like my page is refreshing. Okay, so this is what they're saying. So it says right here, death in Gaza, a new embassy in Jerusalem, and no sign of peace. Now, when a logical thinking person looks at that title, they would think, well, who caused the death? How did these deaths happen? I mean, there's just no information in that title, in the sense only that these Gazans, these Palestinians, just fell and they died just because an embassy opened in Jerusalem. I mean, it's just a completely vague title. Let's go over to the other one, the supposedly liberal Washington Post. Oh, looks like my page is refreshing again. Alright. It says here, pledging peace, U.S. opens embassy in Jerusalem. In Gaza, dozens are killed. Now again, how did these people die? And who killed them? Who killed them? What circumstance did they die? Or rather, what was the circumstances surrounding their deaths? There's just simply no information there. They just died. That's all they're saying. It says here more than 50 are killed in Gaza protests as U.S. opens embassy. And again, that's just a vague footnote right there. It's just no information whatsoever. Let's go over to CNN. And here's what's interesting. If you go to CNN.com and you click the logo, the homepage, if you go to the homepage, you'll see something interesting. And here, let's just wait until this loads up. Okay, you see, Melania Trump had an embolization. Here's what it means. I don't know what the hell that is. Here's the royals, and this is just an opinion, and it just has Ivanka's face. There's nothing really about Gaza and what happened here, other than if you go over to the opinions section. But if you click the world section, I just find it interesting how in the home page, major news like that isn't even blazed along their homepage, and that's interesting to me. But if you go to the homepage, it says here, the world page, deadly clashes as U.S. opens Jerusalem embassy. Now, who is clashing? Why are there clashes? Like, it's just completely vague. There's no responsibility on either side, and they're just making it seem as if it's 50-50, and that's simply not the case. And this is a long-running issue that the American media has a pro-Israel bias, even in a circumstance like this, where it is very easy to condemn Israel and say that they are wrong. Nope. The media in this country, the establishment media, just simply refuses to do it. Now, I like reading The Guardian, and The Guardian, they call it what it is. Israeli forces face outcry over killings in Jerusalem, or during Jerusalem embassy protests. And they call it exactly for what it is. This was just nothing short of a massacre. The overwhelming majority of these people were unarmed. They did not have even so much as a pocket knife on them. And somehow, over 50 people were shot by snipers. And what the IDF is saying is these people tried to quote unquote sabotage the security fence and quote unquote infiltrate Israel. That is what they're saying. But if you look at the Israel's own statements, they said on numerous occasions that they've deployed hundreds of snipers along the Gaza border. Now, I am not a soldier. I am not a trained marksman. I have very little knowledge of firearms. But last I checked, you use a sniper rifle and you use snipers to kill people at very, very great distances. I mean, we're talking maybe 300 meters, 400 meters. You know, we're talking about thousands of feet away. Now, just imagine this. Can any human, any average human, a couch potato athlete, hurl a Molotov, a cocktail, a bomb, or even a rock 300 meters? Can anyone throw something that far? I mean, these people were mowed down and they were nowhere near the fence. That is what it is. And quite frankly, the bullshit coming from Israel, it just simply doesn't line up with the evidence. It doesn't line up with the proof. It doesn't match what we're seeing on our computer screens. These are unarmed people who are only asking for their fundamental rights to be respected, and that is the right for them to go back to the lands that they were ethnically cleansed from. Because in 1948, the Israeli forces engaged in this campaign of terror, and this campaign of terror is well publicized, where they drove over 700 Palestinians out of their homes and into what is today the Gaza Strip. And under the Geneva Conventions, both 1 and 2 and 3, under numerous United Nations resolutions, it is the right of any people, not just Palestinians, any people, to return home after a war has concluded. This includes the original refugees, and this includes their descendants as well. So really, Israel in this argument, they don't have a leg to stand on. So I'll leave it at that. Like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever. Thank you.